How's it going, guys? Andy here, and welcome back to another video. In this one I want to tell you a bit of a story about Frank. Frank is a string of pearls plant that came to me, I reckon, about early February. I want to say late January, early February this year, so about 6 months ago. And Frank, like quite a few houseplants that get given to me, was in a bit of a state. Now, I think he'd probably been overwatered because the soil was absolutely saturated, and there's one thing that string of pearls plants can't tolerate is overwatering, and he did not look happy. I really didn't fancy the chances of survival of little Frank. Already a lot of the string of pearls were rotting back and dying back. I very carefully repotted it into some fresh, drier soil. I wouldn't normally recommend that in these situations, but I had to try and get the roots out of the wet soil to try and give it half a chance. It wasn't looking good. If I was to give him his chances back then, I would have said probably about 30% chance of survival. And I thought, why not see if we can make a bit of a longer term video to see if we can rescue Frank and make him well again. So what's coming up is a documented history of Frank over the last 6 months, how he looked when he came in, how he went downhill quite rapidly, and what he's looking like today. So I hope you enjoy this look at little Frank, the string of pearls that could. And please give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and if you're new around here, please consider subscribing. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. Hi guys, Andy here, back with another video, and in this one we're going to be doing some emergency surgery on this poorly looking string of pearls that I have here. I received this about a week ago. I get given a lot of houseplants, and this particular one turned up with me with a very, very wet pot, very heavy soil. And yeah, the one thing that these succulents don't like is getting their roots sitting in wetness, and it wasn't looking happy. And to be honest with you, it was already a dead duck. But I really don't like to give up on a plant. In fact, I'm probably a sucker for a lost cause, and that makes me want to try and do whatever I can for something. So as you can see, there's really not much left of it already, because in the week it's taken me to get around to doing something with this, half of it's already rotted off. Now I've quickly taken it out of its pot. Let me show you. That is what's left of most of it, which is a bedraggled state, unfortunately. But I've taken what's left out of here, and to maximize the chances, what I'm going to do is cut this down, and then I can repot some of these extra bits in the hope that I can actually take cuttings and sort of expand the chances of saving this one, because I do have this quite cute hanging pot which I think will look really good with a set of string of pearls coming out of it. And you could say, Andy, why don't you just buy a string of pearls plants? They're really cheap. But this turned up with me, and as I say, it's no fun unless you've got a bit of a challenge. So what I'm going to do is just cut back a little bit here and add it into the soil as well. And maybe if I can get a tiny bit out of that, I might do as well, just to increase its chances. It is a succulent, so it does hold on to the moisture in these little pearls, so to speak. So I think there's an outside chance of saving this one, and you never know, we might be able to get it to survive. And they're pretty decent growers. If it does survive and come back to health, then I can keep propagating it, and I think in a relatively short amount of time this whole little bowl will be absolutely full of pearls dangling down, and we'll find somewhere to hang it, which will be good. So yeah, it's a bit of a project. And as I say, I'm a sucker for a lost cause. Never like to see a good plant go in the bin unless it absolutely has to. So we'll see what we can do with this. As I say, the chances are not great, but we'll do what we can, and I will let you guys know
how we get on. And yeah, I'll catch up with you very soon. Bye for now.
Unfortunately, Frank took a turn for the worse. Shortly after I recorded that video, the roots were just too damaged and too rotten. Both remaining strings were showing sign of decline. One of them went very quickly and rotted off. There was just one string remaining, and that was showing signs of weakening. The roots just couldn't support it. They were too damaged by the overwatering. So in a last-ditch effort to save Frank, I cut the remaining string in half in order to take a cutting and put that back into the soil next to the remaining string. The remaining string did decline, and so the only thing left of Frank was that cutting that I managed to take off before the roots died off. And so this here is what was left of Frank. Just a few inches and maybe 6 pearls. He really was clinging on to life. But Frank's a fighter. He doesn't give up. All he knows is to survive. And out of just one potential cutting, he had one chance for that cutting to take. He was weak, he was tired, but he didn't give up. Somehow Frank found the energy to put out a few roots, to cling on to that soil, and somehow he found a way to grow again. And now, 6 months on, this is how Frank's looking. And here he is. 6 months on, Frank's happy and healthy, and more importantly, he's out of danger. He's got a long way to go. I haven't added any more cuttings to this pot. This is all the growth from that one small 2-inch cutting. In time I'll take a few more cuttings and put them back into the pot just to fill the pot out a bit more. But it gives me great satisfaction and joy to see something that was destined for the compost heap come back to life. So I'll continue to keep you posted in another 6 months. Maybe around Christmas time we'll check in on Frank again and see how he's doing. You can send him some love by hitting that thumbs up button. And if you're new around here, please consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye for now.